In a dynamic world of multi-unit franchising, the role of the district manager is a critical position for the franchisee to be able to have success and time freedom so that they can focus on growth and strategy. There are certain specific traits that a district manager must have in order for them to be able to be successful in the role of a multi-unit leader. In today's show, I'm going to share with you the top 5 traits that I consider are the most critical for a district manager or a multi-unit leader or area coach or area supervisor, whatever name you give them, for them to be successful. These 5 traits are what I consider the top ones. So let's go ahead and get started with what those traits are. And as I go through them, think of the people that are in those positions. Do they possess those traits? Or maybe you are in the process of selecting your first district manager in your organization, and you're not sure what you should be looking for as far as what are the characteristics or traits that they should have to be able to be successful in that position. And so let me go through each of these 5 traits. Again, it is not an all-inclusive list, but are the 5 ones that I believe are probably the most important ones for you to determine success in that position. So let's go ahead and get started with the first trait. And this is a trait that they have to be self-driven. The district manager role is a role that requires for them to be able to drive themselves into action every single day. And this is so important because you are now hiring or promoting a district manager in the position of overseeing multiple units so that you as a franchisee don't have to. And that means that you don't want to have to micromanage them or constantly be giving them direction as to what it is that they're supposed to do. Because the district manager should be someone that should be on their own able to determine what they should be doing every single day without a need of constant direction from you. This is a very particular trait that a district manager must have. Now, what does that look like in action? Well, this is someone that is able to determine every single day where they're going to go, what they're going to do, why they're going to do it, and go and actually get it done. Act, right? So it's not just about thinking about it, but actually doing those actions that they are able to determine are the most important ones. Self-driving themselves into action every day without direction is a critical trait for a district manager. Now, how do you develop those traits? Well, first of all, this can be nurtured through leadership training. A lot of the times people do not act or do not drive themselves into action because they don't have the confidence, and they don't have the confidence because they don't have the knowledge and clarity of what it is their role and what it is that they're supposed to be doing that will actually cause change. So for you to be able to develop those traits or this particular trait, it is important that they have leadership training, a way to have clarity on their role and responsibilities, and what are the actions that they need to do to be able to be successful at the role. The more that they are able to have this knowledge, the more confident they're going to be, and the more they're going to be able to make those decisions on doing the right things every single day. All right, so let's go to the second trait that I believe is a critical trait in a district manager, and that is a trait of being a people developer. The district manager, while they're overseeing a district and multiple units, they truly are doing it through the unit manager and the unit leaders in every one of their locations. And so they truly are working through people, and they have to be able to have the ability to develop the leaders in each of those units, because at the end of the day, these district managers are not in these units for a long period of time, and certainly not every day. Most of the time, district managers may be lucky to be able to go to a unit 1 to 2 times a week and be able to, do an effective visit and be able to give guidance, and then being able to then go to the next unit after that. So they have to be able to have the ability to develop these leadership skills in the managers so that the managers are able to take on the guidance from the district manager and move forward with those instructions. Now, what does that look like? Well, this district manager as a people developer is someone that whenever they're in the units, they have a clear plans on training and development the managers. They have the skills to be able to coach their people, to identify what are the opportunities that the people have, as far as developmental, and are able to then give them the coaching and the training that these leaders, these managers need to be able to become better at these leadership skills. Now, how can a district manager learn this information? Well, first of all, they need to understand the training process. They need to understand that we are all different. They need to be able to understand that, situational leadership is important. Adapting your leadership skills and the way you train people to how people learn and develop themselves is going to be something that is going to be very important for them. So they need to have coaching techniques, effective communication, and have the ability to manage performance in the people so that they can develop the leaders in the organization. So that is a second critical trait of a district manager, to be a great people developer. All right, so let's go to the third trait of an effective district manager, and that is someone that is organized. The job of a district manager is the most difficult position in a multi-unit organization. They are pulled in many different directions, not only because, a franchise business has many different aspects, but because now they're overseeing multiple locations in multiple distances with multiple different situations and issues and challenges and opportunities. And so therefore, they need to be organized. This is a non-negotiable trait of a district manager. They need to be able to plan what they're doing. They need to be able to then execute the plan and actually meet the deadlines that they set themselves and that other people set for them. The only way that a district manager can do this is by being organized. Now, what does that look like in action? How do you know somebody's organized? Well, it will look like them being able to use a calendar, for example, being able to manage their time, being able to keep their promises, being able to execute the things that they plan that they're going to do. If they're organized, they're more likely to follow through in the things that they are planned. So it's not just about the planning of it, but also the execution of this plan. They have to be organized. Now, this is something that can also be trained. How do you train someone into being organized? So first of all, they need to understand the use and the importance of a calendar. Nowadays with technology, using a calendar is, like I mentioned, a non-negotiable because there's so many things that we had to do. Now, why not use technology to help you be able to be more organized? Using the digital tools like Excel and Word for making plans and organization and keeping track of the different units and the different people is going to be critical. And this can actually be trained. So not only will it be important that they are trained on time management and project management, but also they will be able to master this through practice and training and constant feedback. All right, so let's go to the fourth critical trait that I believe is important on a district manager, and that is to be an operations, which is brand, and a management expert, which is the business systems that the franchisee develops. Those are two different things, and this is a very big, trait that they need to have. And what this means is that they need to be able to have a deep understanding on the brand that they're overseeing. Every area of the operations that the brand and the franchisor provides, the product or the service that they're giving, the service processes that are expected, the image that needs to be executed, every day, and of course, the marketing that the franchisor is providing. And those are considered the franchisor systems, the brand systems. Now, they also need to be experts at the business management systems. These are the systems that the franchisee, like yourselves, are creating and defining in your organization to manage your business. Like, for example, the employee life cycle, everything from how to recruit, how to interview, how to hire, how to onboard, how to train. They need to be experts at understanding that process. Also, how to manage cost control, how to manage profitability, how to manage waste. All of the areas of profitability, cash management, all of the areas that allow you to turn the revenue that comes from the brand into profit by the management systems of the organization. And of course, local store marketing, they need to be truly experts in all of those areas to be able to supervise that with with each of the units. Now, what does that look like in action? Well, the way that somebody is an expert at the brand and the management systems is that and you can see that they can speak the manager language, that they can observe operations and identify the opportunities and provide clear guidance on how to manage and improve those opportunities with information that makes it clear that is a type of actions that will work in the operations or the management systems that need to be done. That is what it looks like. Also, something else that you could observe is that when needed, these district managers are able to slide into position and support the team if it's needed. Now, obviously, running operations or being in the operations on a day-to-day basis is not the job of a district manager. However, if there is a need in the moment when they're there, they should be able to do that and demonstrate the knowledge of the operations and the management systems. Now, how do they achieve this particular trait? Well, simple. They need to be trained in the operations of the brand, and they need to be trained on the management systems of the company. They need to have financial literacy, and they need to be able to know how to identify opportunities and troubleshoot all the challenges that could come from the brand and the business systems. And by the way that you do that is following the same training process that unit managers get, giving them the time to be able to implement those things, and of course, ongoing guidance by the direct supervisor. So that is the fourth trait of a successful district manager. And the fifth trait, which again, this is not an all-inclusive list, right? But these are the top 5 ones. And the fifth trait of a successful district manager is someone that is results-oriented. Because at the end of the day, they're there to be able to accomplish the business and financial results or the business and financial goals of the business. And therefore, they need to be able to be results-oriented, be focused and committed to producing those results and doing the actions that are required to do those results and accomplish those results, whether they are in sales achievement, customer service, and of course, profitability. They need to be able to do that so that they can do the work that you as a franchisee will want them to do on your behalf. What would this look like? Well, they will be setting clear goals and objectives for each of the units in the areas of opportunity. They will be able to measure the results and be following up on the metrics and understanding how far or how close they are from the goals. They should be able to then troubleshoot those issues and give clear guidance and support to the managers in the unit so that they can achieve the results that that particular unit is expected to receive. Now, how do you train a district manager into be able to be results oriented and achieve the results that you want them to receive? Well, you can create goal setting workshops. You can teach them how to analyze the information, how to analyze the metrics, how to create development plans for improvement, teaching them the different methodologies to not only measure success, but achieving success. Now, obviously, all of these training and all of these goals will be on you, franchisee. And sometimes franchisees do not have the skills. And so you need to be able to reach out to other outside resources that can probably help you develop these particular traits and all others for your franchisees. So in summary, the 5 top traits of a successful district manager are: number 1, they have to be self-driven. Number 2, they need to be people developers. Number 3, they need to be organized. Number 4, they need to be in operations or brand systems and in management systems experts. And number 5, they need to be results oriented. Now, the great news about these skills is that these are things that people are not born with. Like, you can literally actually train people and give them the information that they need so that they can develop these skills. And you can start with people being an assistant manager and a unit manager. If you start teaching these skills to your leaders at the unit manager level, you will be able to have a choice from the people that you have in your stores already whenever you need the next district manager in your organization. And so think about that. So with that, I hope that this gives you an idea that you can now take these 5 traits and compare them to the people that you have in those positions in your organization right now. Or, like I mentioned earlier, if you are in the process of selecting your next district manager, or maybe your first district manager, then you need to look at that. Do they have these traits? And if they don't, as a direct supervisor, as their boss, as their leader, you need to take responsibility to either train them or give them in some way the development that they need to be able to have these traits so that they can be successful as a district manager. There are too many unit managers that get promoted into the district manager position because they were great unit managers. And the reality is that those are 2 completely different jobs. And for them to be able to be successful as a district manager, they need to have these additional skills so that they can be successful for themselves and for you in your organization. Now, I do want to extend an invitation. If you yourself may not have these skills or the ability to train these traits into your district managers, I would like to invite you to explore our LEAD program, which is a multi-unit leadership certification program specifically designed to give district managers this and many other skills and traits and develop them in themselves, giving them the tools and the resources on how to learn them and how to implement them in their district every single day. If you'd like to learn more about our LEAD program, I would like to invite you to go and visit our website at americanfranchiseacademy.com/programs and learn more about our LEAD program so that we can partner with you in your journey of multi-unit franchising and give us the honor of training your district managers with the knowledge that they need so that they can be successful for themselves and for you. Thank you for being with me in the show. We'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.